hip hop used to be the music I loved. You know, I still have a lot of affection for it, but in 2010, hip hop has definitely changed in a way that I can't even believe sometimes that I'm associated with this.
There are some MCs out there that's really doing it big, but when you look at the music as a whole, you can see how it's become corporatized. You know, it's been exploited, it's been raped, it's been done like almost every other genre of music. I mean,
What the streets created, we sold into slavery. I mean, when you look back in great African civilizations, we curse the white man, but honestly, we know in the history books, we know from teachings of African and Egyptian scholars will tell you.
most of the kings traded and gave away slaves to the Englishmen when they came. So I mean, it started first with us giving our own brothers away. I mean, and
That's what's happening now in hip hop. I mean, when you look at it, it is not so much as people just doing whatever. It's about
what we have turned the music, the life, and the culture and the art into, what now people consider hip hop. I mean, it's just like anything else. Just like rock and roll when it first started out, it was great. It was pure. Now it's become so saturated and so filtered and so commercialized and sensationalized that
You ask a lot of brothers now, like Chris Rock said, you got to really fight for hip hop because it's been so saturated. So we to not so much as to go back to the specific style of music, but we need to understand where it came from, understand what's going on right now, because you don't see MCs.
doing what they should do as an MC, and now in this time where it's so easy to get the same things that took us years to get. I mean, I remember going to the wholesale getting CDs. You know, cats can do that right there, post themselves right online. So right now in the streets, it's a lot of MCs out there, and they hiding behind their own insecurities and hiding behind their own uh, push or drive within themselves that they don't know if they really want to do it or they part time with it. I mean, and it's them, they need to stay on the sidelines, you know. But when you got these five majors just telling rappers how to sound, what to look like, what to do, you know, clicks of certain crews, and you push them and then you push everybody else to the side, and then these award shows telling you who's the best and who's not the best and who's what and what. That's where we lost it, you know. As a whole, hip hop is failing because we have given it away, and it's no taking it back right now. It's
The formula's already out there, and anybody can do it. And it's totally changed of what the old heads, the OGs would consider real hip hop music.
I mean, if I was to go out now and ask 10 MCs from the 80s what they think about hip hop now in general,
I would be real surprised if they had anything good to say about it.
and that makes me feel bad, you know, because I feel that I'm part of the generation that started hip hop, that put it on the level where it's at. So it's like me raising a bad child, you know. These are the things that bother me when I listen to and I try to understand what's going on right now in hip hop. I understand there's a lot of young people. You know what I'm saying? I was part of the same generation. I'm part of the same generation. I ain't that old. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my mid 30s, and you see MCs, they ain't even paying dues, or they feeling like somebody should be giving them something. I mean, that's why we see such a lack of small or independent companies. And for number two, it's not a lot of rappers out there. So you got a lot of these young kids following the styles that they are seeing. They're not even doing the homework or doing the knowledge and listening to the cats. I mean, I put it to you like this. You know, it's a lot of cats right now that'll tell you they love hip hop, but only been listening to hip hop for 10 years. You know, so if you only been listening for 10 years, you probably ain't heard of the MCs that I might be talking about. So, I mean, how can we relate when your catalog only goes back 10 years when I know most cats, they catalog go back for 20 and some 25, 26, 30, 30, 35 years, you know, but it's still hip hop. And these are the things that a lot of cats don't understand. You know, they think that what they're seeing on TV, these are the hottest MCs, these are the best people. And these are the most commercialized people, the ones that have already sold out to the corporation for riches and fame and to be considered the best. You know, that right there in itself, the ego of that is what they use to perpetuate what hip hop is now, and what they use to peddle into the streets to get the young kids to want to be that number one MC. But if you understand where hip hop comes from, then you understand there is no best. There's only the battle. And at the end of the battle, you go home again. There is no best. You know, no one can sit there and say that because I've sold this many records, I'm better than this individual. No one. Not with hip hop. That's not how it's considered. That's not how it's judged. That's not how it's understood. And a lot of these cats got it mixed up. They let the industry come in and put them on a specific way the music should be handled. You know, Def Jam Records, I don't care how many great MCs they put out, Russell Simmons sold out for money. At the end of the day, the bottom line, for money. And he took what was pure and what was great and made it into a spectacle where some would be considered good, some would be considered not so good. But in the end of the day, he's going to make the money. And he sold hip-hop down the river. But nobody's going to say that. Nobody's going to see that, because all they see is the money he's created and all the lives he's touched, which in truth he did do. The music is now so commercialized that you see it in cereal commercials. You see dudes using it to market to the little kids in the little Barney suit. You see it in credit card commercials. You see in Jewish kids rapping it in songs. Romanian kids, African kids. You know, and the list goes on. You Spanish rap. You know, country western rap. You know, and the problem with it is respect it. You know, I don't see respect being shown to it. It's just being, you know, this is my flavor. This is my take on hip hop. And if the media likes it, they'll spin it. But the understanding is, who are the ones that's judging this? Is it the person trying to make money, or is it the actual ones that created the sound? That's the problem. You know, there is no kings in this. This is just a mode of expression. Mode of expression should never be judged on a scale of the best and the worst. It should only be what it is. And when we decide to put it in the charts or put it in the top 10, we disrespect that. And we hurt that, which we created. You know, I'm never the hater. But it's time people understand that we hurt what we love.